All right. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of How I Came Into the Truth. Today we have Brother Anthony.
It's a peace, my brother.
Yes, sir, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. Very
good,
man. I was looking and wondering, man. Okay, when he gonna ask me, man? Did I do something wrong? Or?
Oh no. I was gonna get you, man. I was just lining them all up, man.
And then when you did ask me, I got the call when I was like, oh man, okay. I shouldn't have smoked too much. I should have waited.
You know what's coming, man. You know what's coming,
though. We good though.
Yeah, it was coming, man, because you got a pretty I guess you experienced a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I say that because you kind of had a pretty good success, you know, in life and also in music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes dealing with music, you know, it's hard to get out of that.
It is, man.
You know what I'm saying? And turn to serving God, you know?
It truly is, bro. It truly is.
Mm-hmm. So, as you know, like I say, the name of this is How I Came Into the Truth.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like to do is, first and foremost, I like to, you know, give everybody, all the guests, an opportunity to introduce themselves and, you know, just tell a little bit about themselves to the people that may be tuning in.
Sure, man. Anthony Martell Stewart, my whole government name. Man, born in a little town, Harvey, Illinois, right outside of Chicago, about 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I got, it's funny, I got two sisters. Well, actually I have three. And I didn't find out about my third one actually till I was in high school. I was going to lunch one day and seeing this girl, I was like, man, she looked like my father. And went home and I asked my mom, I'm like, Mom, I said, Pop's been clowning? She said, what you mean clowning? I said, I got any other, you know, she was like, oh, you mean your sister? And I was like, really? Her name is Antoinette.
Antoinette.
She was actually cool with me in school. She was a little younger than I was, but she was actually cool with me in school. And we got to chopping it up, man. Yeah, my daddy's her daddy.
Is that right?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, we didn't grow up at all together, man. Like I said, I'm the only boy. I'm the oldest.
Uh-huh. So how many were? Did you say?
Yeah, it was just me and my
right?
two sisters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until I found out I had a third one.
Oh, so it's a total of four.
It's a total of four of us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I got you.
But me being the oldest man and having all sisters, man, you have to take on the role that you don't ask for that. It's something that you just do.
Right.
You know,
right.
as far as like
fall into that position.
Yeah, man. You know, kicking butt and taking names, man, like on a regular basis, bro. So
right.
It was good, man. You know, I mean, we lived in the hood, man, but it was like it wasn't as rough as everybody thought it was. So you might think it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then after going through all that, man, and finding out I had a little bit of talent, man, vocally. Met up with some brothers, man, that in high school. Brother Isaac K. Fingers, another brother by the name of Hula.
And most people don't know Isaac K. is the one that's responsible for the Will Smith record.
Yeah,
the great record.
Summertime.
Summertime. Yeah,
and High Five. She's playing hard to get.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he produced that one as well. Yeah, man, he did.
And most people don't know he's in the Word too now.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
been in the Truth Way for a minute, man.
Wow.
And it's funny when I got with the other brothers. After not seeing them for a while, they used to tell me, man, I'll be like, man, what's up with Brother Isaac, man? They'd be like, man, this dude, man, he's strange, man. You know, he got to be in the house, man, before it get dark on Fridays, and he can't work in the studio on Saturdays. I'm like, man, what is that, you know?
Well, before we go there, so he's kind of responsible for your journey, right?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I actually,
don't tell me.
Yeah, I actually wanted to know what he was doing after I heard that.
But don't tell me yet. We gonna get there.
All right, all right. So I'm gonna take a step back.
Yeah,
yeah. So
that's good stuff right there.
Oh, yeah. So hooked up with these. Like I said, found I had a little bit of talent, you know. And before that, there was the drug scene. You know what I'm saying? I had to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? Working a 9 to 5, I wasn't getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Did your voice just kind of changed, like you in Alcohol Anonymous or something?
Did it really?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Anthony, and
You're a drug dealer.
yeah, I'm
I
a
had
drug
to do it. I
dealer.
had no choice.
Ex-drug dealer. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So, out there clowning, man, and then once I saw one, definitely no future in that. That's when one of Hula came up to me, man, and be like, man, look, you know what? Let's try something. And we did a little track, man, and him and Maurice actually did a track, and some guy in New York heard it, man. And next thing I know, man, they was like, I want y'all to come to New York and do some stuff with us. Like, man, we ain't never left Chicago, man. We ain't, we from Harvey, Illinois, man. And went over there, man, and it was all pretty much uphill from there.
Wow.
It was uphill from there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So we're going back. How were you coming up as a kid though? Like, were you a good kid, bad kid,
Dude,
problem child, or
I was
being
terrible,
the only
man.
boy?
Yeah, I was bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was bad. I was a kid, man, that when I came outside, parents would call their other kids inside.
Oh, you that kid?
Yeah, I was that kid, bro.
Really?
I was that kid, man, because I had a sister, a younger sister at that time. And, beating up on her, man, was like, it was okay. I need somebody else new. So when I came outside, man, parents would call their kids in and be like, my nickname was Marty. They'd be like, man, that badass Marty outside, man. Don't tell my kids get in here. So I was a loner, man. And I used to, it was cool because I always had like I always had the gift of gab. You know what I'm saying? It was like, man, as far as like speaking with older people, even when I was a kid, man, I used to listen to what they used to tell me. Even though I was hard-headed, I still would like hang around the older kids, man. Because they always had some interesting stories. And I was...
So you like soaking everything in?
Yeah, and because when we was like, when me and Osmond got together, I was a songwriter. So I would just come out the blue, man, and be like, they'd be like, man, you wrote that? I'd be like, yeah, man, I mean, it was amazing how that kind of like, when that interacted with that, because like I said, I was bad, man, but yet still, when I had that time out, or when I got that whooping, I always had the moments, man, where I sat down and I had, by myself, and I'm like, okay, the wheel got spinning, man.
Well, that's, a lot of times kids that are considered bad, I was one of those. You know what I'm saying? I was really, man, you probably would have been best friends.
Exactly.
Probably would be cool now.
Exactly.
But just don't have a way to let that creativity out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And sometimes they just like super advanced. You know what I'm saying? Like school is easy. So it's so easy that we won't even pay attention.
Exactly, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just like with doing these different type of things. Like mine is always running,
Yep, because I mean, math, I hated it. But when it came to like language arts, man, the language arts and the stories that you used to have to read and find out what was wrong with the story, I always got A's in that. But I flunked everything else.
Wow.
But I always got A's in like reading and language arts, man.
Yeah, that's kind of like the path you went though. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the music, it requires that.
Exactly. So
yeah, that's good, man. So that was pretty successful, and I know a little bit about it, and the reason I brought it up because, like I say, dibbling and dabbling in music, in the music industry, in the world. Yeah. It's kind of hard once you get sucked out there like that, to actually even want to consider God at all. Yeah, yeah. So with that being said, just tell us, first off, how old were you when the seed was first planted for you to be introduced to the God of Israel? And now you can just kind of, in addition to that, just tell us a little bit about your experience.
Oh, man. It's funny. I was working at a senior living facility, and I was working like the 2 to 10:30 shift.
Now was that, because you're in Atlanta now? Yeah. So
I didn't.
Where was this at? In Chicago?
I've always been. This was in Atlanta because.
Oh, this was in Atlanta.
Yeah, in Illinois, man. I was always a Sunday church goer, man. That was my thing, Sunday church, man. I mean, I would guard you to death. You know what I'm saying? Before we went on stage, I had to say a prayer. When we came on, I had to say a prayer.
So you're spiritual.
Yeah,
like they call it spiritual nowadays.
Exactly,
right,
man. But now I look back and I thought I was really doing something. But now with some understanding. But before I get to all that, that's how that ended up. Okay. But being here, I mean, there was back in Illinois, there was nothing. I never heard nothing about this stuff, man. I never heard anything about it, man. I just knew that you were supposed to read the Bible, and I did it twice, and didn't get nothing out of it.
You read the whole Bible?
I read the whole Bible twice, front to back.
Still never did.
And still didn't get nothing out of it. As a matter of fact, man, look, I take that back. I didn't go to Revelations. I was terrified.
It's funny.
Bro. I didn't go to Revelations.
When I was talking to Brother Kevin, we were talking about his favorite book is Revelation.
Really?
And the reason why, one main reason why he left the Sunday church is because he was looking for the preacher to preach about prophecy, because that's what he said he was going to do. You know, and then here on the other side of the spectrum, you stayed out of Revelation.
Yeah,
you know,
did,
so
man. I mean, you know, you being you growing up in church, man, and you know, young in the word, not in the word, but young in church, Sunday church.
Right.
They tell you that, man, stay out of Revelations. You know.
Wow.
I was out. You know, we used to have these Gentiles come to the projects, and they was bold. They just come and asked all of the black parents, you know, look, we got this church over in Indiana.
They put y'all on the bus.
Yep, and we want to come take your kids to church every Sunday. You know, our parents, man, was like, woo, kids gone for a while on Sunday? Get on that bus. And we was on that bus, bro. We was on that bus, man, and they told me, man, that it was a sin to have long hair. They made me cut my hair. I had like a curl. It was like,
back in the day, that
bruh,
was the thing.
man. I came home, my mother snapped. I was like, well, you sent me. You
Wait a
know?
minute, they cut your hair at the church?
Yeah, bro. They had the clippers there, man. They was having all the brothers. It was a bunch of black kids from my neighborhood cutting hair.
That's amazing.
Told us long hair was a sin, and then they baptized us.
They was washing their hair out.
Yeah. They was like, they made us put on these white gowns after they shaved us. And I was like, man, look, terrified, man. But after all that, man, I was like, you know what? Okay, this is a bit much. But back to what we was talking about, I didn't hear nothing about this, man.
Wow.
And it was here in Atlanta.
Well, how did you end up in Atlanta? From Chicago down this way finding a word.
Yeah, well, my family and I, man, we should come down here. My youngest sister was here. My sister-in-law was here.
Okay.
So every time we got a vacation, this is where we would come.
Oh, okay.
You know, we was always in Savannah, Tybee Island, you know, going to the beach or something like that. And my youngest sister said, well, why don't you just move here? So went back home, man, prayed on it, and just so happens, we was like, okay, we're going to do this. And this Gentile guy who has this show called Storage Wars on cable.
Right.
We had all of our stuff on the front, and in the garage, he pulled up, and him and his buddy got out. They had a long bed truck, bought everything we had, bro. And that's when I knew. I was like, okay, this is the right move.
You mean
he bought everything?
Because they're on A&E.
Huh?
They're on A&E TV.
Yeah, the heavyset white guy.
And they pulled up and bought all your stuff out of storage?
They bought everything that we had outside.
Y'all was up in
Chicago.
Really?
Yep.
He just pulled up on.
He pulled up. He came first for a wash and dry because his buddy owned a car wash, and he came and bought that. He's like, man, he said, y'all selling all this stuff? I said, man, we're getting rid of all of it. Came and got his buddy. His buddy was like, yeah, man, you know, we got this show called Storage Wars, and we wanna take up. Man, they took everything, bro. All we did was pack up clothes and important papers, and rode out.
And that was it. So that's what brought you to Atlanta. Okay. Okay. Now you can pick back up. Yeah. I just wanted to see how all that took place.
Yeah, man. So, but as far as like the truth, I was like I said, I was working at a senior living facility, and at night, pretty much like around 8 o'clock, everything shuts down. You know, everything is like pretty much shut down. And let me see if it's still going. Oh, and I was on the computer, and you know, you just be on stuff, and then I'm just typing in stuff, man, and I'm watching YouTube, and I'm watching this and watching that. So I see these brothers in New York on the corners with the you know, the costumes on and stuff like that, and they yelling at these white people, you know, and but he asked one of the brothers to read something, and he read it, and it talked about Rebecca and the two nations in a womb.
Now at this time, were you doing any searching?
No.
So you just happened to be at a living facility.
I just happened to see them brothers yelling at them people on the corner. I was like, man, what are they yelling about? What they got on? Mm-hmm. And I was glued to it.
Okay. And, wow. And you
Uh,
heard him read something about Rebecca. So the two nations, Jacob and Esau.
And man, bruh, it hit me so hard. I kid you not, man. I'm sitting at the desk, man, and I'm going, why is this hitting me so hard like this? And I'm a security officer, so I'm not about myself, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm looking around, man. I'm going, man, why am I like stuck with this? Why am I stuck on this? And I went more into it. And I'm looking now. And this brother, he has a church, man. It's somewhere here in Atlanta. So I called him that night.
Brother Tony?
That may be him.
Kind of big dude?
No, this dude is slim. He had long braids all the way down like to his butt.
Okay. And
got to talking with him. He's like, man, look, come out to the church, man. We meet on Saturday. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay. So that's Saturday. I took a ride out there, and I walk in, and sisters on the left side, brothers on the right. Brothers got kufis on their heads. Yeah.
The NCCI.
That's what it is, man.
Gresham, I believe Gresham or...
that's it, bro. That's it.
A Covington?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah, I went there. Yeah, I went there.
And this brother came out, and he said they were reading Bible, and when he got to Jesus, he was like, we don't acknowledge Jesus. I'm looking at Jesus in my Bible.
Right.
He said, we don't acknowledge Jesus. I'm like, really? And he's like, and we don't say God. God is dog backwards. We say Yahweh.
That's what I heard as well.
And
Same
I'm like,
place.
really? And this was right around Christmas. And I'm like, okay. So you know how we, take a break after class, and we either you eat something, you come back later.
Right.
When we took a break, I broke. I left. I was like, and the only thing that scared me, man, was like when he said we don't acknowledge Jesus. I know Jesus all my life, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You said you don't acknowledge him. No, that's not for me, man.
Right.
So went back to work, and I'm on the computer again, and just so happens, man, Brother Elijah, his class popped up on my computer. And you know how it has like the telephone numbers and all that stuff.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I called it.
Okay, hold on. Now at this point, had you even talked to Asa?
No.
Oh, okay. So just going back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going back.
You had heard. You were kind of questioning what he was doing.
Exactly.
But
man.
you hadn't reached out to him.
No, I hadn't reached out to him yet.
Oh, okay.
And
That's amazing.
And I didn't know what was going on because I didn't like I said, I didn't realize what the Friday before sundown being in the house and all that stuff had meant. But then I had reached out, man, and I saw Brother Elijah's phone number. And I got his phone number and I called him. And he told me about you and Brother Jediah. He said, I want you to call these guys, man. He said, I want you to reach out to them. So before I called you guys, I waited a little bit. And just so happens, man, that I kept doing my thing. And then there was then I saw ILG, and I saw Brother Bowie. And they said that it was in Riverdale. Riverdale. Went back home to visit. Got to talking to some other brothers, and back to my brother Hula and Hula and Maurice, and Maurice was the one that told me that. He said, Fingers go to that church. I said, what church? He said, some church in Riverdale. I said, ILG. He's like, yeah, that's the one.
Get out of here.
Yeah, bro.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, man, look, I searched, and I got a hold of Brother Asa, and we talked, and he was like, man, there's an ILG out there. And I was like, okay. But I surprised him and came to the one in Illinois first.
Okay.
Then, because we hadn't seen each other for 20 years, man. 20 some odd years.
Wow.
And he balling like a baby, man. I got tears coming, man. So, but after all that had connected, man, so I went over to ILG a couple times. But then I got back with Brother Elijah and told him that I wanted to talk to you guys. That's when I talked to y'all, and that's how I ended up over here. Because I was over there for a little bit. I mean, I went to a couple classes over there.
Right.
But I was like, no, let me check this one out. And when I came over here, man, I was like, okay, this is it. I mean, nothing against the brothers over at ILG, man. Just that they were big and they were busy. You know what I'm saying? And this is right around the time Brother Bowie's brother had got killed.
Yeah.
When I was going over there.
Yeah.
So they were like planning this trip and stuff like that. So everybody was kind of busy. It was hard to talk to somebody.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
and then when I saw you guys over here, when I came over here to visit, y'all was smaller. You know what I'm saying? And we connected one-on-one. You know, y'all had a bunch of, I had a bunch of questions, Brother Jediah and you and it was just a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, well, that's
a beautiful
what's up,
thing. I mean, those brothers that I met over there, man, you know, love them, man. You know what I'm saying? And we was cool. But like I said, it was just I was new in this thing, man, and I had a bunch of questions that you know they weren't ready. Yeah, they wasn't ready to sit down and be like, okay, bro, let's see what you got.
Right.
You know, but I needed them, man. I was burning up, man. I was like, man, well, what do I do about this, man? What do I do about that? You know, and once I got to learning, I don't know if you want to jump to that about how I went home, man, and just threw all the pork out my house. And,
well, that's gonna be the next thing. But I just wanted to kind of tie it in with you know, your weakness is you know, trying to please everybody, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
and since that's an issue, right? So it would just take me into the other question, because knowing that your weakness is trying to please everybody, if that's a problem, right? Well, how in the world are you gonna be able to face these obstacles that you probably faced when you got into the Word? And what were those obstacles?
Oh man,
because it's almost like now when you get the Word, there is no way to sugarcoat it. There is no way to please everybody. So so if you identify that as a weakness, you know, were you like kind of holding back? Like, nah, I don't want to make them upset. I don't want to make this person mad. Like, how were you, you know, dealing with that? Like this newfound doctrine that you got to take to people that you don't want to offend.
Well, it's cool that you asked me that, man. It's real cool that you asked me that because, like I said, I was the life of the party. You know what I'm saying? The party didn't start till I got there.
Part of those stars.
Man, look, they call me, man. They be like, Stu, you know, my nickname, Stu. Where you at, man? You know, when I came, man, you know, it was I came when I came. Put it this way, I came fully packed. You know what I'm saying? With everything everybody needed. So the only thing that and this is before I heard this, man. Like I said, man, being like the life of the party and pretty much, man, like when I was doing the music thing, when I had that change, you know, that extra change, you know, I would be like, okay, this is on me and all this, you know, I was really, like I said, I was trying to help everybody. Right. You know, I was trying to, you know, if you didn't have, come on, I had. Even when I didn't have, I would try to make a way, man, for people to, you know, for family to have. And I've always felt like, man, like that was, I always felt like that was all, that's what I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Keep the family happy. Keep my sisters happy, man. Watch out for them and my nephews, man. You know, and it was really hard, man. It was rough because I never had time for me, man. Never had time for me. But going through all that, when I first heard like the real word, I got on the phone. And the first lesson I heard, man, I kid you not, was not about Adam, was not about the God of Eden. I heard, man, the first lesson that I heard was the abomination of desolation. That was the very first lesson I heard. I kid you not, man. And I actually heard Bowie. Brother Bowie, tell that,
I know that was
man.
Fire. Man, I know that was fire.
Do you know
the word like
man,
that? Oh my goodness.
Brother Nate, I got chills now, man. Do you know? I got on the phone. I was calling folk, man, my family members. My sister, she's in the Sunday choir. My younger sister. I got on the phone. I called her. I was like, "You know about the abomination of desolation?"
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "What?" Hung up. Called my sister that's right up under me.
Mm-hmm.
You was going to Sunday church. You ever heard about the abomination of desolation? She was like, "What is that? Where is that?" Hung up. Called my aunt. Nobody, trying to hit me. What? I came to work the next day. I was telling my coworkers, "Have you ever heard about the abomination of desolation?" They were like, "No, man. No." I said, "Okay." I left it alone for a minute. But I still, somebody had to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody was going to hear it. And I started getting on family, man. I started going on Facebook, man. I started posting some stuff. I wasn't really sure what I was posting, but they was going to hear me one way or another.
Right.
Man, they cut me off, bro. They cut me off, man. It was like, man, family was like, "This brother crazy. I don't know what he done got into."
Wow.
I think all them years of drinking and all that other stuff been caught up with him.
All right, so you being a part of the choir, gospel group, right?
Mm-hmm. The gospel group called Exodus, bro.
Bible camps. They even got a name for it. Exodus, right? Wow.
Yeah, that was the gospel group name, man. Exodus, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But you being a part of all this stuff in church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you think you come back to family with something out of the word, they'd be appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll actually attract them to even say, well, maybe we should look at what, Stu talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the opposite.
It was the total opposite, man. It was the total opposite.
But it was fine, as long as you were in church and doing everything.
As long as I was in Sunday church, man, I mean, even when I was in Sunday church, man, and still clowning because all I had to do was ask for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They was cool with that. They was cool with that, man. I mean, if I talked Sunday church to them,
it was fine.
It was all love.
Long as you didn't open the Bible.
Yeah, as long as I didn't open no book,
right.
It was all good.
Right.
Man. The minute I started opening up a book, man, I ain't getting no phone calls. And still to this day, only calls I get, man, is right from the brothers and my wife.
Did that kind of, being new in the word, did it kind of deter you, or did it make you just want to go even harder?
Nah, because what it made me do is actually, man, come here more. Come around the brothers and sisters more, man.
Right.
Especially around the brothers, man, because all the knowledge, man, that you and JD was spitting, I mean, oh my goodness, man.
It was like a tag team.
Man.
It was a crazy tag team, man.
Bro. And then once I started getting to know the brothers, and we started going on the road.
Right.
Oh man, I wasn't missing class, man.
Right.
I felt if I ever missed the Sabbath, man, I was gonna miss something. I was gonna straight up miss something, man. I made it my business to be here. And my wife, she didn't come for a while.
Right.
She didn't come for a while, man. She was like, man, like Brother Elijah say, thought we were smacking chickens up against the wall. She was like, what have you done?
Well, that's
what have you done? I was like, baby, you just don't understand. You just don't understand, man. But and I was on you. I was on Brother JD. I was like, hey, man, I need to get in that water. Because you did a class on baptism. Yeah. I said, man, I need to get in there.
Yeah, you sure
I need to get in there.
Yeah.
And me and Brother Cephas at that same time, and some sisters that was in from out of town. Brother Chris.
Baptized.
Yeah, Brother Chris had that.
Music Chris.
Yeah, Music Chris.
We got
we got baptized in this pool, man.
Yeah. Well, those obstacles sound about right. Everybody. Like I was saying in the previous interview, and several of them, that when you first come into the Word, like the Lord talks about in Matthew 10, around verse 40 and 34, your enemies, man, your foes gonna be there of your own household.
Yeah.
And the people that you want to share that excitement with, that's where you get the most kickback from. You know what I'm saying? So I like to say, when it happens like that, you found the right doctrine.
Yeah.
So that's a common obstacle. So finding the word and going through those obstacles and stuff like that, it's all worth it. It's all worth it at the end of the day. But for people that look like you and I, how did finding out who Israel is help your understanding of the scriptures? Because see, that's going, you have other nationalities that even serve and worship with us, right? And it gives everybody joy to actually find out about the word of God. The plan that God has for mankind. But it does something. It adds a little more oomph to somebody like you and me that have been on the wrong end of the stick most of our lives.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when you actually saw inside the Bible, and this, what did it do for you when you found out that it's actually talking about you?
Man, I was talking to Brother Ozza, and we were talking about, he was telling me about some of the books, some of the scriptures in the books and stuff. And I said, yeah, man. I said, I tell the people at work now, I'd be like, yeah, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. He's like, hey, man. He's like, He said, bro, you make it sound like a gang, man. He said, I know you geek, Brother Ant, man. He said, man, but no, don't say it like that, man. Just know that, that's your nationality, man, for real. He said, man, but don't say it like that, bro. Right. He said, man, you know what, they be labeling you like the brothers, like they label out on the streets, man. He said, man, but just recognize that. He said, now, when you read the Bible, you look at it different, and I do. When I started looking at the Bible, man, and really started reading it and getting some understanding, I was like, wow, and then it's like the realization of it all, man. It's like when I read Judges, I was like, man, that is so us, man. I mean, oh my God, man, it's like that's people I know to this day. And man, the Lord started, man, opening up them eyes, man, them spiritual eyes, and I was like, I couldn't get enough of it, man. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And even now, man, you open my backpack right there, I'm ready to go to work shortly. My book in there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's something that I have to have it, man. Yeah. I have to have it, man.
It's like a drug,
man. It is, bro.
It's like a drug.
Man, look, I'm addicted.
It's like a drug, man.
I'm addicted,
Absolutely.
Man. I kid you not, man. And it's a beautiful addiction. Yeah. It's a beautiful addiction right now, man. I pray that I don't faint. Yeah, every day, man, I pray that I don't faint, man. Because I've seen, even being here, man, even being here, I've seen brothers here that I got gotten attached to when I first started here, man. They ain't here. Right. You know what I'm saying? And, I get brothers sometimes, man, text me, man, but have you read this book, man? I mean, no, man, I'm dealing with that book. That's all I need right now. And, I get emotional, man, but it's the way it is, man. Yeah, and miss those brothers, man, but the Bible tells us, man, work out your own salvation, man, with fear and trembling. So it is what it is.
Well, I know coming up, looking at history books, American history and stuff like that. Yeah. I never,
yeah, man, that hurts, man.
Yeah, I never could relate, man. I never liked that stuff. And when we came into the Word, man, just to know all these years, man, just running around trying to figure out who we are according to the Bible. And well, not necessarily the Bible, just trying to figure out, asking all these questions. Yeah. Just trying to figure out and wondering why we were hated so much, and why people call me nigger. You know what I'm saying? And even in school, and hear about the history of the great America and all this type of stuff, and then all I was considered was the slave. Yeah. you know, and it just turned me off, man. I just hated America. I hated world history, you know. But when I saw the Bible and I saw it was talking about us, man, it really did something, you know.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I think that's a great question, because you know, it just opens up a whole lot of It's like Pandora's box, man.
Yeah,
man. You realize it's talking about us, man. You know. So well, since you came into the Word, how has it impacted your life?
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. I used to get frustrated, man, before the truth, as far as like financial wise, money wise. Now I don't even worry about it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, I don't have nothing, but I'm just saying, you know, when it's time, man, to like, when I know something needs to be paid, I just pay it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You got like a peace now.
Yeah, man. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, I mean, you know how it says, book tells you that God loves a cheerful giver.
Right.
I mean, like when it comes to paying tithes, man, I'll be like, man, I gotta pay my tithes, man. I'll be, you know, giddy, man. Like, man, look, this needs to be paid, man. Pay it and get it out the way, you know.
Right.
But the thing is that I don't worry about it, man, like before, which is a beautiful thing, man. I mean, all of the people's opinions don't matter to me no more.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, people outside in the world, and their opinions don't matter to me no more.
Right.
I used to worry about, man, what people would say about this or about that, or it was a certain way I should be. You know, especially when you're in the music, man. You know, you have to carry yourself a certain way. You know,
image
is everything.
Image is
man.
everything.
Oh,
right.
Man, you know, I couldn't. I ain't gonna lie. I could go outside. You know, if I'm on stage singing, man, you know, I got to have some sneaks on, man.
Right.
You know, the top knot. Man, give me my work boots, man, and let me run to the store.
Right.
Man. I mean, you know, I'm at a point now, man. Look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and I forget who I was talking to, man. We was talking about something about we was talking about the lottery. You know, we was talking about the lottery, and this brother was like, man, well, look, he's like, man, well, you know, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that. I said, man, look, it is what it is, bro. And my mind kicked in spiritual mode. We ain't gonna be here that long, that much longer, no way. So my thing is, man, look, I was just, man, just like here, you know, you feed the homeless. You know, do this, do that, man. You know, give most of, you know, you got grandbabies, man, that still, you know, set up funds for them, man. You know, I mean, like I said, man, you know, we ain't gonna be here that much longer, no way. So I'll be like, look, I'll get my house paid for and probably redecorate my basement. And I'm good.
That's it, yeah.
I'm good,
trying to
man.
hold on for the
exactly, man. So
do people around you, have they noticed the change?
Yeah, man. Especially family members, like my niece and my sister up on.
You got your water?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My niece and my younger sister and my sister up under me. They live here in Georgia. And I still get invited to like some functions, you know what I'm saying? You know, but me and my younger sister was talking, and she was like, yeah, you different, you know. I mean, I used to keep Hennessy, you know, in the car. I kept it, you know what I'm saying, man. It was a small one in my pocket, big one in the car, you know what I'm saying. They was like, yeah, you are different now. I said, well, I don't need to be that way no more. You know, I was like, man, you know, this is a new thing, man. And I said, man, one day, you know, Lord willing, y'all will see. You know, but if it's not, then, you know, watch me.
Yeah.
I just tell them to watch me.
Yeah.
You know, you see what I post, you see what I put out there. You know, I'm not trying to like blow your ears up, but then still, man, some things you need to hear. You know, and like I say, the phone don't ring often, but when it does, I'm appreciative.
Well, it's gonna ring soon.
Yeah.
You can almost guarantee that.
Yeah.
Because as things, you know, start to wrap up, more questions gonna start coming up.
Yeah,
you know?
they're gonna want to know what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, and that's when people start coming, you know, looking in our direction because we've been actually true to it. You know, and that's, you know, whether people know it or not. And like we say all the time, you know, sometimes the best way to get people to word, like you say, is watch me. You know, yeah, you don't gotta. You ain't. I'm not gonna force the Bible down your throat.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
but just watch what I do. You know, and they see that consistency. That's why I say, as soon as you decide to make a mistake, they right there.
Right
we
there.
thought you was in the Word,
yeah.
and that's how you know
exactly.
you've been watching me. Eh?
Exactly.
You know,
we was over my father lives here in Atlanta. Also, he lives in Marietta. Went over by his house.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He been promising, man, he was gonna come, man. But I told him I'll wait. So
yeah, in due time.
I put a lot of stuff on his head too. You know, he's 70-something years old right now, and went over there the other day, just the other day, and I said, Pop, it was Sunday actually. I said, what you cook, man? Put his head down. So what'd you cook, Pop? Oh, well, I got some smothered pork chops. He's like, yeah, I know, yeah. I said, yeah, okay. I said, you already know. He said it just like that. Well, I got the smothered pork chops. I was like, okay, man. I said, yeah. I said, but you already know.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I said, okay, I'll leave it alone.
Right.
I'll leave it alone. I said, but I'm gonna hold you to that promise. You come to class, right?
Yeah.
I'm coming. Okay. So, but other than that, man, I mean, it is what it is. Bro.
Yeah.
Like I told him, man, just watch me and we'll see how it go from there, man.
Yeah. Well, considering your walk now, you know, from coming in, even all the way to this point, and you know, when you first came in, things were kind of smooth in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this question that I'm gonna ask you, you know, I'm gonna ask it from a normal standpoint of just being in the Word, and also from a standpoint of, you know, dealing with the changes in the world. So the question is, what advice would you give to someone who may be new in the Word? You know, outside of just the normal things they're gonna have to deal with. Like I said before last year happened, we kept the Sabbath, dealt with normal things. But now we have something that's lingering. They call it COVID, but they also starting to put all these different type of restrictions in. So it's almost like a two-part question. You know, so how would you answer that? What advice would you give somebody just dealing with the Word in general, how to move about, and also how to move about, you know, dealing with these prophecies starting to unfold, considering the fact that it's going to get worse before it get better.
Exactly. My first thing is, man, I tell people, look, you see what's going on. I know you like when COVID first started, I was terrified. I was terrified because I didn't know what to do. You know, and I had been reading the Bible and I didn't know what to do, man. My thing is that I would tell somebody that's coming into this thing, look, stay prayerful. Stay prayerful first of all, man. Stay prayerful. Don't panic. Don't fall off right now. Get that understanding. Get the understanding of why things are happening the way they are happening now. Because somebody that's new be like, okay, well, where's this in the book at? Why is this happening? Why do we have to do this or why do we have to do that? Because you know what? If you seek, you shall find. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused, man, and the Lord will put those people right there that you need to give you some of that understanding.
Right.
Man, definitely, because I mean, I missed class, bro. You know what I'm saying? When it first hit me, I missed class, and I had missed class, man, over 4 years, bro.
Yes.
I missed class, man.
How many you missed? Was it like about a month? Or was it longer than that?
As far as what? Coming to class?
Yeah.
I only missed 2 days. Two
Oh,
Saturdays
two.
class.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay.
And I was like, man, look, I told my wife, I said, nah, we can't do this no more.
Yeah.
I said, we going to class. I didn't even feel right sitting at home in my living room watching it. And I see you standing up there, and I see people that still, still walking by.
Yeah.
I said, well, they're at class. But I had to get that. I had to get that understanding for my family.
Yeah.
I had to be that man, that head of, that head of my household.
Right.
Be like, look, you know what? I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this.
I think everybody, just to interject before you finish answering, I think everybody in the households might have had some type of friction. I don't know if you was on the phone call. You might have been with me, you, Elijah. I don't know.
When you was asking about what should we do?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
We were all on the phone, and like I told Brother Elijah, I was like, and actually I got it from him, but I told him, I said, well, we're dealing with different terrain. Yeah. So how you think we need to move about? And that was me seeking counsel because I knew we had to do something. We can't just shut down.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But even in my own house, I was like,
yeah, man,
I don't care what y'all do. I'm going to church. I'm not finna fuss. I ain't arguing. I'm going to church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So not to point my house out because I don't want nobody saying, y'all, you make it seem like we bad. I'm just saying
too,
everybody had
man,
something. We all had choices to make, and that's why I was bringing that out.
Yeah.
Just adding on what you're saying.
Y'all read the same Bible I do.
Yeah.
We go to the same classes. Y'all sit next to each other. Y'all hear what I hear. I can't do this in front of my living room no more. I can't do this in front of in my living room in front of my TV no more. I got to get there. Got to get there. So it was understanding. Okay, we going. Enough is enough.
Right.
But that's what I would actually.
Tell them to stay prayed up.
Because when I'm gonna put it to you like this. When I first came in, I was like, it was so many things that I wanted to know, and this was before all this stuff had happened. But there's still. If the Lord is putting that out there and you starting to wake up, it's like, man, okay, I need to ask the brothers questions. I need to, find out what the do's and the don'ts are. Everything that's popping up in this, I'm gonna switch over to the other question that you were saying. Everything that's unfolding right now in prophecy. I'm scared, but I'm a scared need to know basis.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
great way.
Man,
to put it.
I'm terrified, but I
right.
Scare me some more so I can know what I'm doing.
Right.
So
instead of running away from the church, run to the church,
man. Right. I mean, because that's what I would tell somebody. Don't disappear. Man, get in there and find out what you need to do. I mean, because man, listen. Truth be told, when it comes down to it, man, when we talk about making it to the wilderness, I'm gonna be right here. Get all the instructions that we need. Look, tell me what we need to do.
Right.
Tell me
That's right. Yeah.
Where do we need to go? Where do we meet at? What do we do?
Right.
And we there.
Right.
I don't want to miss out on nothing. And I would tell somebody else, look, stay focused. Be in that connection, man. Be in that loop. Be on that need to know basis. That helps more than anything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, getting scared and running away, it's like, okay, now I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do now. And all the answers was where I was. I didn't get back to where I was.
Right.
Exactly. So
yeah, that's great advice, man, because it's not like more and more people gonna come in. It's just like it's like telling somebody when you first come into the word, hey man, you need to go get circumcised. And that's like shocking, that's shocking. Exactly. Like, wait a minute, man, I'm like 38 years old. I gotta that's shocking. And I'm just giving that reference because like now that people coming into the word, they coming in and it's almost like you're about to see. We're going to preach about other stuff, but also we got to be in season and out of season. Yeah. We have to address things that are going on around us.
Exactly.
So it's like you don't have a chance to really sit back and relax like we had a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? We had a few years to kind of get things together, ask those spiritual questions and stuff like that. So as we move into this, we kind of prepared.
Yeah.
We had like we was let down easy, in other words.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you need to be circumcised. Just spiritually speaking, Not if somebody say to you, hey man, you got to be circumcised, you 38 years old. Well, if I tell you like a year ahead of time, mentally you got some time to get ready before it's done. But it's like now, hey, you walking into something where we're actually getting ready to see end time prophecy unfold right in front of us. You don't have time to wait a year to get all this stuff. It's like you jumping right into the fire.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's great advice, man. Like, don't run from it. You got to stay in it because even though it's getting bad, man, like the Lord's still gonna take care of us.
Yeah.
If you keep that faith.
And that's a good thing to understand. I mean, that's a good, a very, very good way to view that.
Yeah.
If you stay in it, man, the Lord will take care of you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's it, man.
I mean, things are gonna happen around you. The thing is, man, just don't faint, man. Just stay grounded. You know? And stay in the truth, man. Stay in His Word.
That's right.
That's all we got right now.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
And it's the best thing.
Yes, it is.
It's the best thing.
And I wouldn't turn my back on it, man.
Yeah, because you see the Lord. Look, the Lord's operation is still moving, man. When everything else around the world is shutting down.
Yeah.
So with so many different religions floating around, because it's a lot of them. What do you think would be the impact if they had a better understanding of the Bible? What would be the impact of people throughout the whole world? What do you think it would be?
I'm looking at it like this, man. I'm looking at a bunch of black people, a bunch of black folks right now. I'm looking at it this way: a bunch of hard-headed black folks, for real, and trying to tell them that even as something as simple, keeping the Sabbath day, that the Sabbath is on Saturday, not Sunday.
Simple.
Some folk, man, some people just don't want to get it, man. But and I'm trying to figure a way to answer this. When you're talking about all these different religions, and all I see is our faces, and we not agreeing. That's all I see. Is our faces, and no, man, that's not what this says.
Well, okay. Well, what about Chinese and Buddha, Indian Arabs? Arabs and Islam. Gentiles and Sunday church. All these different belief systems. If everybody was following the Bible, what impact do you think it would have on the world?
Oh, bro. It'd be awesome. Be a beautiful thing. It truly would be a beautiful thing. If we all was on one accord, man, listen.
Keeping the commandments.
Oh my goodness. You talking about, man, a beautiful thing, bro. You see folks, you see churches packed on Saturdays.
Right.
Exactly. Churches packed on Saturdays, man, and everybody washing their cars on Sunday.
On Sunday, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It would be love, man.
When we going to the club on Friday night.
Exactly. No clubbing on Friday nights, man. Next you know,
wouldn't be a lot of killing because a lot of that happened on Friday night.
Exactly. Even the brothers, the brothers that's doing major dirt, we shut it down on Friday nights. We shut it down on Friday nights and pick it back up on Sundays.
Right,
but
they're gonna have that respect.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and that's basically that's what it would be.
Yeah, because they was doing that in the Bible.
Yeah,
they couldn't wait for the Sabbath to be over with, so they can get back to doing what they had to do. That's why Nehemiah had to get on them. So yeah, you're right about that.
Exactly.
They want to take advantage. They take advantage of the people Sunday through Friday. On Saturday we gonna chill though.
Yeah, that would be a beautiful thing. Man.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And it's funny how you say that, man, because I know driving to class on Saturdays, you pass the mall. I got to come past the mall here, and it's packed. I mean, traffic everywhere. And I said, man, I saw one accident, and first thing come out of my head, if you was going to church, that probably wouldn't have happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And my wife, why you say stuff? Because it is what it is. It truly is what it is, man.
Yeah. Sometimes Lord keep you on the way to church when you're trying to please Him.
Exactly, man. Yeah, you trying to catch that sale.
Yeah, you like, nah.
Catch that word. You know what I'm saying?
Catch that word,
Yeah.
absolutely. You ain't got to pay for it.
Free.
Absolutely.
Free.
So, as we get to this last question, I like to call this a hot seat, a hot button question. If you've been watching interviews, you probably know what the question is. What's your favorite book and scripture? And tell us why.
It's funny how you say that, man, because just that minute, I had a whole bunch of them that flashed my head real quick, and I was actually reading one at work yesterday.
Well, brother Kevin, he did a stall tactic too.
Did he?
Yeah, he started talking about, you know.
No, man, I'm gonna get this one, man, because
you still ain't got it. It's a stall tactic you got going on too.
Oh man,
that's why I call it the hot seat or hot button question. Catch you off guard.
And it sure did too. I know I'm looking crazy. They're gonna be like, "This brother looking all retarded."
It's something in the Bible that sticks out to you.
Yeah, it is, man.
It's something in the Bible.
It would have to be. Hold on. And I know when I get my car, I'm gonna knock myself in the head, man. I'm gonna knock myself in the head because I'm looking right at it. Was it 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians that I saw this?
You know the phrase a little bit?
It talks about hold on. It talks about there's so many. I'm gonna have to choose one, bro. I'm gonna have to choose one.
Everybody what they gonna do is they're gonna be trying to before people come on.
They're gonna be trying to find their favorite scriptures. Yeah, they scripture there. From now on, that's what they're gonna be looking for.
But when the lights come on, you still gonna forget.
Exactly. I don't. You know what? It's several of them. It's several of them. But basically, when even when Jesus when he was like hot at Israel, when he was hot, and he told Moses, "Man, look, move out the way. I'm finna kill them all. I'm just gonna start over with
Exodus 34.
Yeah, bro. Even that one. That's one of mine. When Jesus spoke on when he told him, he said, "Well, look, I know who you are. You are your father, the devil."
John 8.
John 8.
Around verse 44.
Yeah, when he tells them, y'all are sitting. I know who the real Jews are.
Revelation 2.
Yeah. Oh man. Even look, I got to do my homework now, man. I ain't gonna be caught like this no more. You don't catch me like this no more. Now I'm right in my hand. But those are yeah. Basically, I like the scriptures, man. When Jesus always, he's always speaking the fact that.
So you gave me the scriptures. What's your favorite book, though? Okay, I'm gonna give you two of them.
All right.
Give me your first choice and second choice. How about that?
Okay.
Because for some people, the whole Bible.
Actually, it is, but I'm not gonna. That's too easy, man. Because
that's too easy.
Yeah. I mean,
it's something that stands out.
Yeah. Books.
For me, it's Matthew. Matthew 24.
Matthew's one of mine. That's definitely one. Matthew is awesome to me, man. And I love Psalms as well.
Psalms.
Yeah. Psalms of Matthew.
Book that's David.
Yeah.
Psalms is good, man.
Yeah.
Book of Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like those right there, man. I could sit back and read those, man, over and over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of times, man, like I say, man, I'll be at work and I pull a book out. I go straight to Psalms. Just read some of those, man. Yeah, Psalms, Proverbs, some of those. And then, like
those are daily things.
Yeah,
like
man.
help you get through the day.
Exactly.
And they got prophecy in it. You know what I'm saying? And they talk about Israel.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But other than that, man, like I said, it's a beautiful thing, though.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing.
Well, Brother Anthony, I would like to thank you, man, for sharing your story with us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Definitely
man.
been a blessing.
Thank you for having me.
I think for me, it's kind of therapeutic for me as well. Being on the other side, asking y'all questions. Sometimes it can be a little tough just hearing it, because I think the feeling is almost mutual for all of us.
Yeah.
Dealing with the word, it's beautiful, but at the same time, man, just experiencing and understanding the walk to get here. All the stuff we've been through as a people, man.
Yeah.
But I just want to thank you, man. Definitely enjoyed it. Lord willing, we get to do it later on down the line.
Man, praise God, man. Like it's amazing, man. Used to be on stage, man, in front of hundreds of people. And there's only 2 or 3 of us in there, man. I'm like, man, I hope this turned out right. Hey, ooh, that brother's stuttering.
Well, it's gonna be all right. Hey, because it's how I came into the truth. So that's what's coming out too,
man. It's a beautiful thing, man. And I like this, man. I'm praying, Lord, that we get to do more of this.
Absolutely, man. Well,
Sure,
thank you,
man. You're welcome, my
thank
brother.
you very much, man. I look forward to
Yes, sir.
doing it one more time.
Yes, sir.